This movie is about alignment options, more formatting options. We're going to start in the alignment group on the Home tab, and then we're going to launch the Format Cells dialog box and look at the alignment options there, which include 4 different horizontal options, 2 different vertical options, and we even have the ability to combine some of those horizontal and vertical options. I've got a schedule set up that I have in column B, a header in B2, align, followed by some data, the numbers 10 to 40 in increments of 10. And then I have in columns D to F blocked out with borders descriptions of the horizontal and vertical alignment options. And in column G, I have some text that we're going to apply those alignment options to. So to begin, we're going to start in the alignment group on the Home tab. I'm going to left click B2, make that the active cell. It's left aligned on the bottom by default because it's text. The data below that header is right aligned because it's values. So I want to fix that because generally speaking, it's better to align the header with the data. And I can do that easily by left clicking that command to right align the text. I can also align either the numbers or the text in any way that I want to by selecting the choices here. I can align the text and the numbers, and it may take a couple of clicks to do it, but to the top of the cell, the middle of the cell, or the bottom of the cell. It's currently on the right of the cell. I can center it or move them all to the left. And I can move all the content in the very center of the cell by left-clicking both of those centering options. So there's a lot of flexibility with those 6 command buttons, but there are more options to align your text than just that. I'm going to left-click G3, and we're going to launch the Format Cells dialog box in the alignment group. I'll left-click the horizontal options where we see left, center, and right, which is what we just took a look at. Those are the command buttons in the alignment group that are displayed on the Home tab. And for vertical, top, center, bottom, are the other 3 command buttons on the alignment group in the Home tab. So I'm going to left click to close that. What we want is fill. And rather than describing it, I'll left click OK and show you what that will do. It fills the entire range left to right, the entire width of the column, with the contents that existed there in the first place, the word fill. That might be useful to put a border around some data. Instead of the word fill, maybe you just want to put LL and it'll border out the entire width of the column, whatever columns you selected, with what will look like at that point a pattern of some kind, and maybe not the letter L. The second option, I'll left click G4, launch the dialog box, left click the drop down, select Justify, and left click OK. Justify aligns the text to the left and right side. There's a subtle difference between the first line of text and the second line of text, in that the spacing on the first line is a little bit wider than it is on the second line. So the Justify option will expand the text by increasing the spacing in between the words to fill in the entire width of the column and then begin a new line. The next options, center across section, getting the dialog box by left-clicking that option. Probably pretty obvious as to what was going to happen. The next option, left-clicking G6, getting the dialog box once again. Distributed indent, left-click. And now we get a result that's fairly different than what's in G4. The distributed option increases the spacing in between the words to fill the entire width of the column, and then begins the next line, and then does the same thing to fill the entire width of the column from left to right. This probably doesn't work as well for content that generates more than one line of text. Going to the next option, left-clicking G8, launching the dialog box again, left-clicking the drop-down menu, left-clicking Justify, OK. This Justify option is a vertical justification of the text. Instead of expanding the space in between to meet the left and right edge of the column width, like we saw in G4, If you look over on the right side, the word if is a bit further from the right edge of the cell than it is in G4. This option keeps the spacing uniform and justifies the text, or each line of the text, against the top and the bottom of the cell. The next option, vertical distributed, is used in conjunction with the horizontal distributed. And we'll look at that last. So I'm going to go to G14 and combine two options, get the dialog box, the horizontal justify and the vertical distributed. Left click OK. So we get the result that's in G4 combined with the result that's in G8. It's distributed between the left and right edge of the cell, and the spacing in between the words is increased to allow that to happen. And the first line of text hugs the top of the cell, and the last line of text hugs the bottom of the cell. And the last example, launching the dialog box just one more time, distributed indent, horizontal and distributed vertical, left click OK. And again, we get something slightly different than G6. It's G6 only, as well as being distributed horizontally so that the entire width of the column is filled with the lines of text, it's also distributed vertically so that the top line hugs the top of the cell and the bottom line hugs the bottom of the cell. So those are the alignment options. We began by aligning the header that's in cell B2 by using the command buttons in the alignment group on the Home tab. There are 3 positions vertically and 3 positions horizontally that we can quickly apply to the selected text, whether that's one cell or an entire column. We then launched the Format Cells dialog box where we had 4 additional options horizontally and 2 additional vertical options. We also found that we could combine some of the horizontal and vertical options.